Cold storage. The 3 a.m. hum. A realistic psychological horror. Exterior. Rusted cold storage facility. Night. A biting wind whips across a desolate stretch of road in rural North Dakota. Snow dusts the ground, though it's only October. Marcus, 35, heavily bundled, watches his old pickup truck drive away. The driver, his distant cousin, waves once. You ever feel a silence so big it makes your ears hurt? This place was full of it. 200 miles from the nearest decent town, just me and the freezing cold. He turns toward the facility. It's huge, a concrete bunker the size of 4 football fields. The only sound is a low, constant subsonic hum coming from deep inside the structure. He checks his watch. 10 p.m. First shift begins. Interior, guard shack, night. Marcus sits at a cheap metal desk. The shack is barely heated. A single monitor shows static, and a landline phone sits dead. The company told me the freezers were mostly decommissioned. They just needed someone to keep an eye on the infrastructure. Good pay, easy work. Liars. He takes a sip of lukewarm coffee from his thermos. He opens the logbook. The last entry is 3 weeks old, signed by B.H. Marcus stands up. Time for the first round. Interior. Cold storage hallway, continuous. The air instantly drops 10 degrees. The hum is louder here, a deep, vibrating groan. The hallway stretches infinitely, lined with massive insulated doors, each sealed with a rusted lever. He shines his heavy-duty flashlight. The beam barely cuts through the dusty air. He walks, focusing on the echo of his boots. Clump, clump, clump. He checks the temperature gauge. 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Too cold for inactive storage. This place wasn't just cold. It felt preserved, like something was being held against its will. He walks past Section A. The cold is already sinking into his bones. The floor is cracked. I started talking to myself on the second round, just to hear a human voice that wasn't that damn hum. He checks his phone for service again. Nothing. That's when the silence got heavy. I was completely cut off. Just me, and whatever was making that noise. He tries to sleep on the uncomfortable chair. The hum is slightly muffled here, but persistent. It sounds like 1,000 people whispering. He closes his eyes, but the rhythm of his breathing keeps getting overtaken by the thump, thump in the floor. He stands up for the 3 a.m. check. He feels dangerously close to the edge. I walk back out there knowing whatever I found, I was finding it alone. Interior, cold storage hallway, 3 a.m. The hum has changed. It's not just a drone now. It has a rhythm, a deep, faint, slow thump, thump beneath the buzz. He stops, flashlight beam shaking. He listens intently. Just the pipes, Marcus. Just the old HVAC unit. He checks Section C. He notices a tiny detail. A fresh scratch mark near the handle. Not rust. Deep, clean metal. He hears a wet, rasping breath right next to his ear. Marcus spins, flashlight beam sweeping wildly. Nothing, just the endless dark. He races back toward the main office. He tries the landline again. Dead silence. He kicks the desk. He stands over a floor grate near the back wall. The thump, thump rhythm is loudest here. He drops his furnace. It clangs against the grate. Suddenly, the hum stops. Complete, deafening silence. The silence is worse than the noise. He shines the light on the grate. He sees a sliver of darkness through the warped metal. A crawl space? He hears a soft sniff from below the grate. That wasn't the pipes, that was lungs. He races back to Section C. He uses the heavy crowbar. Interior, Section C freezer, continuous. The cold is shocking. The hum is back, but it sounds like a low, distorted moan. The room is filled with hanging shapes, covered in thick ice. He wipes the frost from one shape, a deer carcass. He wipes another, a wolf. This wasn't food storage. This was a trophy room for something sick. He trips over something low. He shines his light down, a human boot. It's the body of the previous watchman, BH, his face frozen in an expression of pure, silent terror. He sees a wall of frost at the far end of the room. It's not frost, it's a layer of human skin, peeled and frozen to the wall. I knew I wasn't just a watchman. I was the next delivery. He notices movement beneath the hanging carcasses. He shines the light, two small glowing points of yellow light reflecting his beam. Eyes. The eyes are low to the ground. The low moan of the hum is now a guttural chuckle. Marcus slams the freezer door shut and throws the lever. He hears a heavy thud on the other side. He runs to the main entrance door. He pulls the emergency bar. It's rusted shut, locked from the outside. The cousin, the job, the silence, it was all a perfect trap. He turns. He hears a slow, heavy scraping sound from the long hallway. He darts into the guard shack. He grabs the broken radio. "Hey, is anyone there? I need help!" The scraping sound stops right outside the door. The hum is back. The floor grate near the back wall creaks. A single, large, pale hand with long black claws emerges from the grate. The hand slowly picks up the thermos he dropped earlier. Then the voice, deep, glacial, and echoing from the void beneath the floor. "You're late for your delivery." Marcus screams. The entire grate rips free. He hears a heavy, wet flesh pulling itself through the hole. I looked at the dark monitor, and for a second, I thought I saw my own face smiling. He scrambles under the desk. He hears his name whispered from the darkness. "Marcus, you found BH. Did you think I wouldn't find you?" He closes his eyes, accepting the cold. He starts to count his breaths again. But the rhythm is no longer his own. It's the slow, heavy thump, thump of the thing's heart. I stopped fighting the cold. I started fighting the rhythm. But the rhythm always wins. Fade to black.